Hey, what's going on, my followers, my subscribers? I'm so glad you guys decided to tune in, especially on this special occasion. It's always a special occasion when my man Raheem DeVaughn drops a new album. So I'll definitely be doing a review on that. So just stay tuned. But before we get into that, a little something different that I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you some stuff that I came across this past couple of weeks that I suggest you stay away from. If you're familiar with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you're probably familiar with a young lady by the name of Nia Lee. Beautiful black woman, don't get me wrong, but she probably should stick to what she did in the past. If I'm not mistaken, I know she was a dancer, a video vixen slash wannabe actress on reality shows. But she has an album called First Season. There is no reason to mention any tracks on this album because the album is just, in my opinion, horrible. Another album that came out is Rocko. He released like 3 albums in like the past 6 months. It's Monica's ex, if you're not familiar. He's from Atlanta. And he just does not make good music, in my opinion, especially with the progression that Atlanta had. He had a couple hits years ago, I'ma Do Me, and I forget the other one, but in any case, stay away from Rocko and Nia Lee. Now, there is a few people that I am listening to that I'm really enjoying. A gentleman by the name of Chapelle. He's been featured on a lot of Yo Gotti's stuff, and he actually has an album that came out, I think, last year, if I'm not mistaken. But he has an album called New Black History. It's only like 5 tracks. It's really enjoyable. He's actually saying something, and he's a little bit better, in my opinion, than his counterparts. He's with the little group that Yo Gotti bought out. I think they're CMR or something like that. But in any case, it's like 4 of them, and I think that he's like the standout in that. One track you want to look for on the New Black History is a track called Streets on Fire. It's kind of Lupe-esque. Don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about as far as his lyrical. His lyrics are better than Lupe's or compared to Lupe's, but what he's saying, trying to get a message across and how the track is laid out is very, very good. Another person that I'm listening to is a young lady by the name of Cyhi. She's an MC out of Brooklyn. She is very, very good. She's starting to get a little buzz. She has an album. She had an album, a couple of albums, as a matter of fact. But the one that I really got put on to was an album called Dyke. And the way that it sounds, she is homosexual, a female. And which has nothing to do with anything. She's just good. She's a good, good lyrically. But it was called Dyke, D-Y-K-E, and it stood for Damn You Killing Them. So it's actually, had a little concept. She talked about changing the hip hop game and all of that. But her new album is called Better Late Than Never. And some standout tracks on there that I really enjoy is Nigga Like Me, which features Chris Brown and Problem from LA. Problem is excellent if anybody is not familiar. He's really good lyrically. And another nice track on that album is called I'm So Brooklyn. And she's like, Mama, I'm so Brooklyn. And she just like pays homage to Brooklyn and how many MCs that came out of Brooklyn. She just runs down the whole checklist. Little Kim, Biggie, Jay, just everybody. She just runs it down, and then she includes herself in that. So I want to give a shout out to Cyhi for that. She's actually doing pretty good. Another album that came out in February, and I'm hoping this guy does this every February, because last February 2014, my man Cyhi the Prynce came out with Black History Project. And this year, in February, came out with Black History Project 2. Okay, and just a little bit about this. He is just so good lyrically. I don't know how he could fit in with the good music the way Kanye's brain, but when you listen to this guy, I can see why Kanye would want to sign him. He has the intro just comes on like 2 minutes of just lyrics. He says one line like, I got so many yellow chicks, it looks like the Packers playing the Steelers. And I'm like, what? Really? So, I mean, he's just good, with his wordplay. He has another title track called Master P. Just talks about the hustling back in the day. And then he got the little excerpt from the Master P track, Hustler, Baller, Gangster, Killer, Who Am I, Your Neighborhood Drug Dealer, that John. So that's just hot. And Weak People is just, it's amazing. He shouts out Kendrick Lamar, and he's just talking about how he wants to be separated from the fake rappers in the game and how weak they are. And the chorus, you have to hear it, man. He's amazing. His album last year in my top 10, Black History Project, I think it made like number 3. I got to go back and see that, but he's just, Cyhi the Prynce is good. He's from Atlanta. If you're not down with Cyhi the Prynce, then you're just not listening to hip hop right now. Another standout track is TV. Cyhi has something to say, and I suggest if you're a hip hop head, and you enjoy wordplay, and you enjoy somebody that's saying something that ain't just barking on a microphone, I suggest you download Cyhi the Prynce. And the real reason for us meeting today, it's only right that when Raheem DeVaughn comes out, that you do some kind of review or talk about it to your friends or whatever, especially if you have a mate. Raheem DeVaughn has put out quality R&B, love, and soul music for years. And if you do not have his catalog, you are missing out on everything that, especially as a man. If you don't have his catalog and you with your woman, then you're definitely missing something, in my opinion. But his new album is called Love, Sex, and Passion. And he just sets the mood right at the beginning. 7 minutes of you and your woman. I would suggest homies should not listen to this together, but a song called Black Ice Cream. He got a line in there where he says, you be the scoop and I be the cone. And then later on he says, like, I be that pipe that makes it bust. I mean, like, dude, listen, if you ain't learning nothing from this ball, you need to get on it. The next track, or another track rather, is Pretty Girls. It's just like a party anthem. The single that came out, Queen, his respect and love for women is always displayed. That's just how Raheem DeVaughn rolls. Another track I enjoy is Nothing Without You. It just shows a woman how much you appreciate her. As you get a little older, all of that nonsense should go to the side, and you should appreciate your woman. The second half of the album is when it really gets, I guess you could say, sexual or intimate. Let's use that term. He has a song called Miss Your Sex. It starts off with like a phone call. I guess he's trying to call his woman that I'm assuming they're split up, and she doesn't answer. And then he just goes into the song of how things used to be, and how he misses it so much. And a lot of us can relate to that. You always have that person that sets the tone, and then them others just can't measure up. So you might double back sometimes and try to get back with the old stuff. So I can understand what he's saying on that. Another track called Never Neverland. Taking the woman to Never Neverland. You just gotta you just gotta vibe with my man Raheem. Temperatures Rising. Just another nice track of just raising the temperature for intimacy. It's like a throwback album. Like if you like them songs that got you in the mood, you really want to get this album. Sunproof Room, you know, dim the lights, sunproof room, it's dark, let's go, you know what I mean? Strip, another nice song. The one thing I will say about Strip though, I love the song, I just think it should have been placed earlier in the album. I think if you getting in the mood or getting in the tone, the stripping part is the beginning part. So you know, when you're telling a woman to take this off and take that off and we gonna get down and this and that, I think it just should have been, you know, earlier in the album. But I love the song, don't get me wrong. You know, kind of ending out with Countdown to Love, and then a couple more tracks after that. But just all in all, on a rating, Raheem DeVaughn, he never disappoints me, never. Love, Sex, and Passion, I would definitely have to give this a grown man 4. It's just a straight up grown man 4. Women, you know, tell your husband or mate or boyfriend or whoever to download this when y'all go out. Make sure you throw this joint on to set the tone for whatever y'all gonna do for the night, you know, on a ride home or whatever. Raheem DeVaughn, he's my man, he's always been my man, and thank you, buddy. So this is all I'm going to do for y'all today. I'm going to end it right here, and I appreciate y'all taking out the time. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe to my channel. It's Uncle Brish 30 on Twitter. You can follow me, and also Mr. Uncle Brish 30 on YouTube. I appreciate y'all vibing out with me today. Peace.